Well, hopefully by now you've all got to see the video of parts 1 and 2 of our trip to Idaho. And we've read in the paper just recently that the Forest Service opted shortly after I left that they weren't going to go in and try to shut the miners down anymore this year. They said that they were going to regroup and then analyze how they could restrict the number of dredges on the South Fork of the Clearwater next year. And guys, you got to understand something here. The science on this is proven, and it's really disappointing to see a regulatory or a management agency like the Forest Service come out and ignore science, ignore facts. And it seems to be based more on political ideology than anything else. And I got to admit, it's very frustrating. And the only way that we're going to stop this is if we all band together and we educate ourselves, and we, AMRA, educates you on your rights. And that's entirely what we intend to do. So we can't do it alone, guys. Join us and get in this fight. Let's get back to the last week of all of us being up in Idaho.
I was born and raised in California, spent a little time in Hollywood. Folks down there ain't like you and me. They never seem to have enough time, too busy living to live life right. It's always on to the next big thing. And up in that city by the bay, you couldn't pay me enough to stay. I never got what the big deal was anyway. That's not where I call home. I need a little room to roam. I guess that big city life just ain't the life for me. Let me tell you about where I come from. Now we got small towns and farmland, folks who still make a living with their hands. Where I come from, a man is still a man. Where I live, people know your name. They ask how you've been and they're always glad you came. You can sit down just to talk about old times. That's my California. I still see friends from school, and I think about the things we used to do. Man, those were the good old days. We couldn't wait for summer to come. We'd head out when the chores were all done, running wild through the countryside. We were young and having fun, swimming in them truly canals, getting sunburned and just hanging out, cruising through town on the way back home just to see if there was anyone around. And we'd go fishing all night long, bullfrog singing from dusk till dawn. Sometimes we just lay back and watch the stars with the radio on. That's still the place that I call home. 'Cause we got small towns and farmland, folks who still make a living with their hands. Where I come from, a man is still a man. Where I live, people know your name. They ask how you've been and they're always glad to
So that's the kind of gold mining that we like.
talk about old times. That's my California. busy working, trying to survive. It's all I can do just to make it through the Friday night. Off to work and then back home. There's always something that needs to be done, but sometimes I still look up at the stars when I hear my favorite song. And I thank God for small towns and farmland, folks who still make a living with their hands, places where a man can still be a man, like right here in my hometown. I wanna live where people know your name, they ask how you've been and they're always glad you came. You can sit down just to talk about old times. That's my California.
Well, we certainly had a lot of fun over in Idaho, and I was there for 14 days. I think Johnny was there for, well, he was there over a month, but I think he was there for almost 3 weeks just on the South Fork. You know, and we did real good. We dredged quite a bit, and that's what mining is all about, being able to obtain those valuable minerals off of your own mining claims. And we certainly didn't anticipate all the problems with the Forest Service, but we did overcome those this year, and they have vowed next year to restrict the number of dredges. So we're going to be over there fighting for everybody to go over and be able to mine their claims, whether you're an AMRA member or you're not. One of our big goals here is to educate everybody. That's one of our primary missions, because an educated miner is a very powerful tool. So we're going to continue to do that, but guys, we can't do this alone, and we need your help. Make a donation to us. It goes into the Miners Legal Fund, and it allows us to go out and fight all of these regulatory and management agencies, and without your support, we can't do it. So I'm Shannon, we're American Mining Rights, and we'll see you next time.